Children, I am continuing my lecture second now. Already I talked in first lecture about cells, their types. Now children, I am going to now tell you about the structure of the cell and about the cell organelles. Now first of all, cell does all the fundamental process. Okay, that is life process. Now what are these life processes? That is respiration, excretion, digestion, movement, formation of new cells and nutrition. Now how do cell does all these functions? How do it does them? Now this is a question. So it does it by the help of organelles. Now these organelles are mitochondria, lysosomes, then there are Golgi body, cilia and flagella for the movement, digestion. It also has Golgi body, it releases some enzymes. Then comes the formation of the protein that is done by the ribosomes and nutrition which is done by the cell membrane. Cell membrane is a very important structure. Now let us now come to what are cell organelles. Now I have written here a question, what is organelle? A small structure in cell that perform life process called organelle. It is very much synonymous to the organs which are present in our body, in the higher organisms, like kidney, like brain. As our brain, the cells have their nucleus, which controls the functions. Now coming to the cell organelles. Children, when we talk about organelle, we are talking about, already I told you these are the small structures which are found. There are two types, membranous and non-membranous. I am just putting up 2-3 here to tell you about them. Mitochondria, chloroplast, they contain their membranous. Then non-membranous are lysosomes and ER, that is endoplasmic reticulum. Now children, we have to come to the next thing is mitochondria. Mitochondria is a structure is pear-shaped and it was discovered by Benda. Now it contains two membranes. The outer membrane is this one which is covering the mitochondria, and there is an inner membrane which also makes a fold. Now these folds are known as to be cristae or crista. Now there is a matrix which contains all the materials which are required for the production of the ATP. Now ATP I told you about ATP in the earlier classes. ATP is the name of adenosine triphosphate. Now again I should tell you one thing. The mitochondria also has its own DNA. This is an important factor. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. Now deoxyribonucleic acid is the genetic material which helps in the transformation or transfer of the characters from one generation to another. Now children, here I have talked about all this. Now I will be talking about other organelle which is very important, and its name is chloroplast. Let me rub this and then after that I am going to start with that. Chloroplast. Now chloroplast is a very important structure. Again, it is also double membrane structure. This is its outer membrane and this is its inner membrane. So it has got two membranes. And there is a stack-like structures inside which are known as the thylakoids. Actually, the thylakoids are also membranous. Then there is, these are the fat or lipid granules which are present. And they also contain chlorophyll pigment. Chlorophyll is an important pigment which helps in the photosynthesis. Now these structures are known as thylakoids. These all thylakoids, many thylakoid stacked together or piled. Piled means one over another. Piled together called grana or granum. Now thylakoid, what is their function? Thylakoid perform light reaction in photosynthesis. They capture the light, and after that, when light is captured by them, then they actually do the biochemical reaction to produce ATP. So thylakoids produce ATP and NADP, nicotine amide adenine dinucleotide, which is used in the dark reaction. Now this part is known as to be stroma, and these small bridges are known as stroma lamellae. Now the stroma part, inside stroma, dark reaction takes place. Photosynthesis is divided into two. Photosynthesis is divided into two parts: light reaction and dark reaction, and both produce glucose. So in light reaction, the light is used and ATP is produced, and in the case of this, ATP and NADP is produced and NADPH is produced. In dark reaction, children, glucose is made. So as for your class, this much is required, and it also contains its own DNA. So chloroplast and mitochondria both have a common character where they contain the DNA. And one thing also, ATP is also produced by chloroplast. Okay, so this is all about the thylakoid. This is all about the chloroplast. We are now going to come to the next topic, that is cell membrane. It is very, very important. So I will be discussing it in this lecture only. So what is cell membrane? When we talk about the cells, children, so they contain a membrane. They contain an outer membrane. So this outer membrane of the cells are known as, in the case of animal cells, it is outside, and in the case of the plant cells, it is inside. Suppose this is a plant cell wall. So inside will be membrane. Now this is the membrane inside, but in the case of the plants, in animal cells, it will be outside. So what does this cell membrane do? This outer membrane is also semi-permeable. It is semi-permeable membrane. It is also known as to be selectively permeable. Allows only selected things to pass. So it is all known as to be semi-permeable. Its nature is semi-permeable. Okay. Now I am going to talk about the structure. The structure of the cell membrane contains, these are integral proteins. It contains a loose colloidal matrix. This is colloidal matrix in which phospholipids are found. Now these phospholipids are arranged in double pairing manner. One is lying outside and one is lying inside. Okay, so it is known as to be double membrane structure, double laminar structure we can say, and also known as to be, now these integrated proteins are there, then there are certain proteins which are inside. These are small protein help in transport. These both help in transport actually, small and large, they both help in the transportation of the substances. The substances are transported through this integral protein as well as by the small proteins. The membrane only allows certain particles to pass through and it does not allows the toxins and etc. to pass through it. So now we have discussed three important organelles of the cell. One was the mitochondria, second was the chloroplast, and third is your cell membrane. Membrane is a very important part, as I have told you, it helps, and transportation takes place by diffusion. Diffusion is movement of substances from high to low concentration. Now that is how the plants also take the water from the roots, and that is how our body cells and tissues, they get the nutrition from the blood. Okay children, this was your second lecture. Now I am ending it here. I will be continuing in the next lecture. Thank you. Okay, be safe.